Guys, we're back. We are back home after a 6-month worldwide backpacking trip. It has been an absolutely insane time in a good way. It has been a very interesting, eye-opening experience traveling the world. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We're going to be talking about just things that I experienced while traveling, my experience with using this camera. I've been using the Leica M11P exclusively for all my photography. So all the photos that you're seeing in this video are shot on the Leica. So little caveat, we're going to talk about that phenomenal camera. Long story short, just what I've been learning really, and what I've been up to. I'm home, and then we're going to also brush up on the future, what we're going to be doing down the road, what kind of trips and journeys we're going to be going on, a little side quest. Guys, it's been crazy. I genuinely, it feels like yesterday when I boarded that flight to go to Hawaii, one-way flight, went to Hawaii, and I knew in the back of my mind, prior to going to Hawaii, we'll rewind a little bit more, I had went to Thailand for 2 months, and that was my first big trip. That was at the end of 2024. Went to Thailand, had a eye-opening experience. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Traveling, backpacking, meeting digital nomads, all this good stuff. And came back from that trip, and I was like, I want to just travel the world for a little bit. So got things in order, booked that one-way flight to Hawaii, got to Hawaii, and now I'm in Hawaii, and I'm just like, man, I knew about Hawaii. I knew in my head, I used to watch Hawaii Five-0, but I knew it was this nature-filled place with beautiful nature, beautiful water, these little islands. Got there and completely blown away. Just the nature. I'm big on nature, and while I've been traveling, that has been something that I have been absolutely keen on, is finding beautiful nature and really immersing myself in some of the nature around the world, because it's out of this world. And one place in this world that has beautiful nature is Hawaii. And they also have the volcano. If you guys are not familiar, Hawaii has the world's most active volcano. And I'm very glad that I went to go see this volcano, because it was erupting. Never in my life have I seen a volcano erupt before my very eyes. Got some of my favorite images from this trip. It's hard to pick favorite image. What is your favorite? There's so many beautiful moments throughout this entire 6-month journey. So it's hard to pinpoint, but definitely these volcano shots are some of they're up there on the list. I really, really enjoy some of these shots. The one that really stands out to me is the one when I went back for the last time. I went back in the last time to go view the volcano, and it was it was the aftermath of the big eruption during the day. And it was nighttime. It was 1 a.m, me and some friends from the hostel. And we were just staring at this volcano that was just shimmering, and the sound of it, this river flowing simultaneously while somebody was breaking glass. And it was just a very wild experience to witness this volcano this close. I could feel the heat. I was just there and just was wow, this is quite insane, literally. But yeah, that was up there. Hawaii in a nutshell, 10 out of 10. And I just had, I don't know, just amazing luck. I go in, how I've been traveling, how I've been thinking about this travel journey, I didn't plan anything to a T. In terms of the itinerary and the route in which I was going and what I'd be doing in these locations, I didn't plan it. I honestly didn't plan it. Yeah, I got to Hawaii, one-way flight, and I was I know I'm gonna go somewhere else. I don't know where, but met some people. Japan. I was you know what? People were talking about Japan. I knew about Japan, obviously, and I was okay. Next thing you know, I'm in Japan and landed in Tokyo, and it was coming from Hawaii to Japan. the like dichotomy between culture and just like, it was a little shocking. And in terms of weather, like I freaking was in Hawaii, got to Japan, and it's cold. It was literally cold, rainy. I was like, oh man, this is rough. Time went on, weather got better. I started traveling around. Like I said, I started in Tokyo and I went south and hit places like Osaka, Nara, Kyoto, Hiroshima, and then I went to Okinawa. And Okinawa was definitely the highlight of Japan for me personally. Met amazing people and went on like these crazy trips, went to a waterfall, went to this like a little remote island called Tokushiki, spent the night there with some of the boys. Shout out to the boys. Japan was just a very beautiful experience. Timed the like cherry blossom quite well. When I was in, actually I skipped the place that I went to. When I was in Fuji Kawaguchi, I went to this vantage point where you could see Mount Fuji. Woke up at like 3 a.m. to catch the sunrise, and right beside it is this like pagoda, and framed it, got the shot, you know, the classic IG shot of Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji, beautiful. Fuji Kawaguchi, definitely go there if you're in Japan. It's like a little town outside of Fuji, like near Mount Fuji, and it's super dope. That was a lot of fun. Fun fact about Japan, they have really good cheesecake. I'm talking like, I don't know why this cheesecake's so good, but the cheesecake is phenomenal in Japan. So if you're ever in Japan, try the cheesecake. It's actually really good. So we're about halfway through the trip. I went to Australia after Japan. Had another amazing time. Like it was great. Australia, phenomenal. So I started in Sydney, landed in Sydney, and went all the way up the East Coast, all the way to the Daintree rainforest, and hit like, you know, little towns along the way. And Australia was awesome. Kind of similar sense of like change of culture. It was more like culture I was familiar with, being like an American coming from Japan to Australia was a pretty, you know, interesting culture difference. And had a really great time. First time I actually went sailing, I went on a sailboat to these like little remote islands where they actually filmed parts of Pirates of the Caribbean, which was pretty cool. Sleeping on a sailboat is a very unique experience. So there's that. And woke up to watch the sunrise on this island at this beautiful beach, and just was like, wow, this is absolutely stunning. You know, was swimming near like on the beach of that island, and not really swimming, but the water went up to probably your knees, and then there's like these stingrays and manta rays like swimming all around you. Really unique. Actually saw a little lemon shark. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of the lemon shark, but gotta take my word, there was a lemon shark. I was like, dang, that's pretty crazy. And after Australia, I went to Europe. Okay, so for the Europe rundown, I started in Spain. Phenomenal time. It was great. And then after Spain, I went to Portugal. Great. After Portugal, I went to Switzerland. And then after Switzerland, I went to Italy. And that was where I stopped, and then I flew home from Italy. And throughout Europe is like, it's so cool because you can like just bounce around 1 hour train ride and you're in a whole nother country, and like the whole culture is different. The food is different. Like from Switzerland to Italy, like it's a pretty big difference, and it's pretty cool to see. And you know, Europe has some like very, like you could be, I was walking in Italy and like surrounded by buildings that were literally older than the entire foundation of the United States. I was like, that's pretty crazy. Like this building is from 1400, 1300, and the US is like 1776 or something. Like it's pretty wild. So while I was traveling, definitely my love for nature definitely grew a lot. I've always been into nature, literally out hiking where I live, and you know, I just enjoy nature. It's always nice. But when you travel, you get to see different kinds of nature, and some nature that stands out. Definitely when I was in Hawaii, like I had said, when I was in Portugal, you know, these like coastal and Lagos, the nature there was really cool. And Madeira Island, that's a little Portugal island. Mallorca, that's a island off Spain. Just like beautiful nature, guys. I'm talking just like standing there in some of these places. I'm just like, wow, like this is insane. I love watching sunrises or sunsets. Saw a beautiful sunrise, woke up really early with some people from the hostel on Madeira Island. And we went to like, I think it was like one of the highest points on the island. And like, we were so high, like around us was just like, you know, straight mountains, and the clouds were below us. And then you could just see like the water all the way off the coast of the island. And it was like, that was a very beautiful experience, watching that and witnessing that. So my love for nature, definitely, I'm keeping that in mind when it comes to like future chapters of future journeys and future places that I might want to go see. Definitely keeping that in mind. Nature mixed with this like side of like going on side quests. Let me tell you guys, when I was in Switzerland has, oh my gosh, you can't talk about nature without bringing up Switzerland. And Switzerland has the Swiss Alps, beautiful, beautiful, big mountains. Was in Switzerland, got to this place called Bern, Switzerland, and swam in the river. It was really crazy, swimming in this freaking river. Woo! And then I got back to the hostel, and I was like talking to the receptionist, this guy, and he was like, look, man, if you want to go somewhere the tourists don't go, I got a spot. And I was like, okay, like, talk to me, what's up? And he then proceeds to tell me and show me this place of like, you're literally rock climbing. Via Ferrata is what they call it. And you're rock climbing, and you're literally like on these little rods sticking out of the freaking mountain, and you're clipped in, and you're looking down, and there's just a 300-foot drop between you on this little freaking peg and the ground. And it was like insane. I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing it. And I texted my boy John, I hope you're doing well, brother. And he was down. I was like, bro, are you down to do this? His response was, can I bring a friend? I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. Next thing you know, us three, we're renting these freaking harnesses, and there's no instructions given whatsoever for the rental of this harness. I mean, it was kind of simple, but I was like, bro, they like, in terms of the mountain too, like, you just go, like, it's open to the public. If you have the equipment, have at it. There's no like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. And got there, and we're just starting on the initial ascent. And I was like, oh, this is serious. Like, like, I mean, I knew we were going to be rock climbing, but I was like, oh, this is crazy. As we were going and we were climbing, I was like, yeah, this is getting pretty up there. It was one of the most, like, it was about a 3-ish hour climb. That was one of the most insane things I've probably done in a long time. I was like, man, this is wild. Like, literally just looking down. At any moment, if you like it's so, you're so focused. Like, I got to a point where I was just so focused on the task at hand of like climbing, clipping in, ascending, making sure your foot placement was right, where to put your hand, hold on to the rail. Like, there's so much like little calculations, because your life is on the line. You know what I mean? Like, if you mess up, if you fuck up, you got a nice drop to your death. And that was really fun. We got to the top, God willing, and beautiful views of the Swiss Alps. And then there's like this little restaurant up there. And if you're ever in Switzerland, it's Kandersteg, I believe. I'll put it up. Go do that. Like, highly recommend doing this 3-hour climb. Really, really fun. There was kids doing it. I was like, okay, if these kids can do it, bro, we can do it. Like, come on. So we got up there. That was great. Phenomenal time. And we're at the top. eating some Swiss food, Swiss cheese, Swiss chocolate, some sausage, and it was great. It was great. That was peak Switzerland, like just a crazy experience. And that's what I've really been learning over these last 6 months is like life is like, I want this life to be about experiences and memories and just doing things that, you know, like things can be taken away from you. This battery, somebody could take, like anything. If you have an object, that can be taken away from you. But like having a core experience, having a memory, a beautiful memory that will live with you for the rest of your life. And I was like, you know, that kind of hit home. I was like, you know, I need to start doing more things and like getting out there more. So that's my big takeaway from traveling. So one more thing I wanted to talk about was this camera. Like I said in the beginning of this video, all the photos that I have been taking were with this camera, have been with this camera. And I bought this camera like right before I started traveling. And I knew I wanted a camera that just had like something else to it. You know, like I wanted a camera. I've been using the Fuji, I've been using the Nikon, the Sonys, and I wanted just something that had more depth and just kept me in the present moment, didn't take me out of that present moment. And I always knew about the Leica M, started to do a lot of research on it. And I was like, you know what? Life is short, about to go travel the world. Why not? So I sold a bunch of my camera gear, bought this camera, and I've been using it exclusively for this travel journey. And let me tell you guys, this camera is out of this world. It is a phenomenal camera, not only in its superb image quality. The image quality is like out of this world. And I genuinely think with these lenses that you can put on this camera, like, you know, I would review the images on my freaking display, and I'm just like, man, they look like out of this world. They look, you know, truer than life. And I genuinely attribute it to part of the camera, obviously, part of the photographer. You know, you got to know what to shoot. But like the camera is just, it's phenomenal. And it's the lenses too. The lens, the like compactness of this camera. I wanted something that was phenomenal, but that didn't draw a bunch of attention. Like I've been traveling 6 months. Some of these like touristy spots, you see people with the big cameras, long lenses. I don't want to be that guy. I want it to just be more discreet and just go about my business, get the shots that I need to get without drawing a lot of attention. And then also the fact of like, whenever I'm shooting, you know, let's say with people in the shots, or like if I meet new people, I'm taking photos of them. I found that this camera, like it doesn't elicit that like unnatural feeling of like, ooh, I'm on camera. Like, you know, people are just kind of themselves still, even when I have this camera taking photos of them. I like that a lot. That is really, really good. So if you already know about Leica, you know the craftsmanship is 10 out of 10 execution. This camera feels great. And I'd like, definitely am gonna go more in depth with this camera and continue to use it and learn about it. My experience with this camera has been absolutely amazing, and I 100% will buy it again. I'm going to be continue using it. I'm going to be continue using it for future projects, future work. I look at just photography as like, you know, you're documenting your life. That's the way, like, people ask, what type of photography do you do? And I just document life. Like, literally, I document what my two eyes would see. And I wanted a camera that best represented that. And I'm so thankful, so glad that this camera exists, because I feel like it was made for me. And the best analogy I can give you is when I first got this camera, I said it was like driving a manual car. Literally, I'm in America. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people drive automatic, so they don't even know what it's like to drive a manual. But if you live outside of America, you might drive manual, or even if you live in America. But driving manual puts you, the driver, in full control of the car. You know, you have control of the transmission. obviously the steering wheel, gas, clutch, brake. And it just puts like, and it's like a full involved, you need all four limbs to drive a manual car. You know, usually when you're driving a automatic, you just got one hand and one foot on the gas, and then you can switch with the same foot between the brake and the gas. With the manual, you got to use everything. You got to use this hand, this leg, this leg. And some might find that like too much. But what I find, if you're like spiritedly driving, if you're after just that, like you got like a nice road, a nice little back road you want to go on, there's nothing like driving a manual car. And it's just the same as this. Like what I find, most cars nowadays are just computers on wheels. You know, I've been traveling. I have a car that's manual at home, Honda Civic Si, phenomenal car. And I've been traveling. I've been renting cars. I've been renting like just, you know, cars to get around on these little islands. And a lot of them have like all these freaking features of like, it's just beeping and just like the wheels nudging. And I'm just like, bro, let me drive. Like cars nowadays are like, you're not even in control. And that is exactly how I feel about this camera. Modern cameras are like computers and you're not even really in control. Like you take a photo, but most of the work was done by the camera itself. Whereas this, and if you fuck up a shot, it's on you. Like full stop, it's on you. You as a photographer, the focus, the aperture, the freaking shutter speed, the ISO, it's literally you, the photographer, are in control. Also coupled with it just being manual, it's literally a manual lens. This camera has no autofocus. And some might be like, bro, it's 2025. Your camera doesn't have autofocus. But that is not a drawback. That is why you get this camera. It intentionally slows you down. It intentionally makes you stop, think, compose, recompose, and see. It teaches you how to see what's in front of you and like what's worthy of capturing. And that's why I love this camera. We're gonna definitely be talking more about this camera, guys. Let's just say that. This camera, my favorite camera, and I'm so thankful that I did buy it before I started traveling, because I think the images, I'm printing out some of my work just on little 4x6 photos, and I made a little album, and I'm just like flipping through, and I'm just like, man, these are beautiful moments. And one day I would love to, pass these down to my kids. Hopefully they'll pass it down to their kids and like just be able to, have that artifact of my existence, of things that I've seen just for myself. And then hopefully one day, yeah, for my kids and all that. So yeah, I think it's really unique. I think it's a great camera. We're going to be talking about it more down the line, but I didn't want to go too crazy. But yeah, long story short, this camera's great. This video, this is an update, guys. We're literally out here, 2025. It is August, and just wanted to give you guys this update. This video is, I'm just flowing, guys. I'm just flowing. 2025, looking beyond, looking into 2026, looking into just the end of this year. I was gonna travel a little longer than I intended. Like I was genuinely trying to go 1 year of traveling. And like I said, I got like halfway, 6 months, and I was like, man, I am exhausted. Traveling, just imagine this. Every 3 to 4 days, you pack in a book bag and you're going somewhere new. You're getting on a bus, you're getting on a train, you're getting on a plane, and you teleport to somewhere new. It's great. Like, it's amazing. You see beautiful things. And I thank God for this opportunity for being able to travel. But it's taxing on your body and more your mind. And I was like, I'm just gonna go home, take a little rest and reset and reflect. And that's what we're doing right here. And looking out into the future, we're just getting started, guys. Let's just say that. We are just getting started when it comes to traveling. We have some more trips coming up. It's gonna be great. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, we're just getting started, basically. So definitely stay tuned, because we got some things planned up this year in 2025, and then 2026, we got some things planned. Let's just say that. And I'm very thankful for this opportunity. I want to just share this journey with you guys. And yeah, this life, like, if you're thinking about wanting to travel, wanting to do anything, you know, start a YouTube channel, whatever you want to do, just do it. That's the best advice I can give you. Just do it. Start it. The hardest part is taking the initial step. If you are about to walk a 10-mile walk somewhere, that hardest part is that first step. Once you get the first step, you're literally falling forward consciously. Like walking, you're just falling, but you're like consciously falling. 2026, it's going to be great. We have some things lined. I'm very excited, and I'm going to be taking you guys along this journey with me. So we're just getting started. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far in this video, thank you. I appreciate that. With that, we are going to end it here. It has been a beautiful 6 months. I'm very glad I made it back in one piece. Came back with some of my favorite images so far to date. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Where you guys can find me off of YouTube, what I'm focusing on is my newsletter. So I upload exclusive photos, exclusive writing to my newsletter. This way you guys can stay informed on what's happening behind the scenes, all that good stuff. Link will be in the description, and also on my Instagram, link will also be in the description for that. You guys know what Instagram is. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited for the future. I'm very excited to build this future with you guys. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys like this video, and until the next one, I will see you guys. Peace.